You've had a morning routine your entire life. Wake up, check your phone, maybe grab coffee, maybe not. But here's the thing nobody tells you, that routine? It's only about 150 years old. Before that, for almost 300,000 years, humans had a completely different relationship with mornings. And the weird part is their version might have been better. For the brain at least. Picture this. You're somewhere in East Africa around 50,000 years ago. There are no walls around you. No ceiling. The sky is still dark, but the stars are fading at the edges. And your body, your ancient, perfectly tuned body, is already waking itself up. Not because of an alarm. Not because of light pouring through curtains. Because of something that humans have been doing since before we even had a word for morning. Researchers who spent time observing the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last remaining groups living close to the way our ancestors did, noticed something strange. The Hadza didn't have a fixed wake-up time. But almost every single member of the group was awake and physically active before full sunrise. Not groggy. Not sluggish. Alert. And then scientists found something nobody expected. Here's what we used to assume. Ancient humans woke up exhausted. Life was hard. Rest was precious. They probably slept as long as they possibly could, right? That's what made sense on paper. But then the actual data came in. The Ponser and Rachland study, published in Current Biology in 2017, tracked the Hadza over weeks. And what they found flipped the script completely. These individuals weren't sleeping in. They were waking, moving, and engaging with their environment in a very specific pattern. Before the heat of the day, before the full light arrived. What they were doing in those early hours wasn't just survival. It was almost like preparation. Deliberate, low-intensity physical movement. Social connection. Talking, checking in with the group. Exposure to that soft early light before the sun fully rose. Now here's where it connects to your brain. There's something called your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. And it runs almost entirely on light. Specifically, the kind of light that happens at dawn. That soft, bluish-white light right before sunrise sends a signal directly to your brain's master clock, telling it, "We're awake, we're in the world, it's time to get sharp." Ancient humans got that signal every single morning. Automatically. Without trying. Then they moved. Not intensely, no sprinting right away. Just easy, low-effort physical activity. Walking to water. Tending a fire. Stretching in whatever way felt natural. And that gentle movement? That's when the brain releases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call it miracle grow for the brain. It helps neurons connect. It improves memory. It sharpens focus. Here's the modern equivalent, a quiet 20-minute walk in early morning light. That's it. That's the ancient routine. Light, then gentle movement, then social connection. All before the day's real demands began. At the Ohelo 2 site in Israel, researchers studying a 23,000-year-old campsite found that the layout itself supported this pattern. The camp opened toward the east, toward the sunrise. That wasn't accidental architecture. That was intentional orientation. Our ancestors literally built their homes to face the morning. They knew something even if they couldn't explain why they knew it. And there's one more piece. Sound. Ancient mornings weren't quiet in the way we think of quiet. They were full of natural sound, birds, water, wind. Research on what's called natural soundscapes shows that these sounds actively lower cortisol levels in humans. Cortisol is your stress hormone. And when it stays elevated from the moment you wake up, say because you immediately checked your notifications, your brain stays in a kind of low-grade alert state all day. Ancient humans woke up to birdsong. We wake up to a buzzing rectangle full of things demanding our attention. So here's the part that kind of stops you in your tracks. Every single thing that made the ancient morning routine effective, early light exposure, gentle movement, natural sound, social connection before demands, every single one of those things is exactly what most modern mornings are specifically designed to skip. We wake up indoors. We look at screens. We rush. We're immediately reactive. And then we wonder why we feel foggy until noon. The fog isn't a personal failure. It's not laziness. It's your ancient brain looking for signals it was built to receive, and not finding any of them. So next time you feel genuinely awake and clear on a morning when you happen to go outside early, you're not just having a good day. You're accidentally running the original program, the one your brain has been waiting for. Here's the question that's been sitting in the back of my mind since I read this research. If we already know what our brains need in the morning and we've known it for decades, why is it still so easy to ignore? Ancient humans didn't optimize their mornings. They didn't have productivity apps or sunrise alarm clocks or morning routine YouTube videos. They just lived in the world the way humans were shaped to live in it. And somehow, without any of it being intentional, they got the routine exactly right. Light first, movement second, connection third. That's 300,000 years of field testing and it still works. So I want to ask you something, and I actually want you to think about it rather than just scroll past. When was the last time you stepped outside before your brain was fully awake? Before the phone, before the coffee, before the noise? What did it feel like? If this made you see your mornings a little differently, Stick Sapiens has more of these waiting for you. Stories about the original humans that somehow end up being about all of us. Subscribe. Your ancient brain already knows what it needs.